is Thursday, so it is time for a straight talk conversation with our experts at Edwards Funeral Service. Today we're talking about wills, not a will in the traditional sense that covers your finances or bequeathing items to your loved ones. Instead, we're exploring something called an ethical will. Funeral directors Jeff Edwards and Beth Buxton are here to explain. It's nice to see you both.
Thank you.
Beth, I'm going to start with you because I've never heard of this term, ethical will. Ethical will, it's a little difficult to say, ethical will. What does it, general meaning?
The general meaning of an ethical will is simply getting to put down your personal thoughts straight from your heart, being able to share your morals, your ideals, maybe some ideas that you had for your life. What did your life really mean? Passing that on to generations to come.
Jeff, this is a new term in a way. I mean, I think people might have been doing this for a while, but there wasn't anything that they could say ethical will and have a meaning for it. Do you think that's true?
That is true, although they've been around for forever and then some. Families are used to grandpa or grandma left a tape recording of, you know, her thoughts and comments and how she wants the family run. Well, that's an ethical will. It's you know, leaving that message, whether you do it in writing or with today's technology, do it in a recording, an audio or a video recording. An ethical will could be a video.
You know, it's interesting that we're talking about this because I actually did this for my grandparents. Sat them down and talked to them just about their lives. And you know what, Beth? I couldn't believe what I learned, what my father learned about his own parents that he didn't know before.
I know. It's amazing what you can learn if you sit down and talk to your relatives or even friends and just learn about their lives and their stories and what really was important to them throughout their life. It's amazing what we can learn from each other.
Are ethical wills usually started as a process as this person discovers that they may be dying or they're nearing the end of their time here on Earth?
It can be. I've had a lot of people tell me when they get some sort of diagnosis like that it's very empowering to start the process of an ethical will at that time. They feel like they have a little more control over death where there's no control, but it gives them that sense, a little bit of empowerment. And that's good for a positive attitude, especially if you get a prognosis that's less than, you know, a little negative. You want to do something positive at that point. So that's the way to do it.
Is this something that, Jeff, if people come to you and they're looking then to make plans, maybe they have had a bad diagnosis and they know that something's coming, do you suggest that to them? Is that the place of a funeral director to, you know, maybe do that? Beth's looking too. I don't know. You know, is it overstepping or is it a good suggestion?
It's a good suggestion. I mean, we can help them with the concept and the idea. We're going to also try and help them with the planning and make sure that if there's a lot of assets that they've got that's not the place for assets or property distribution. An ethical will is making sure that, you know, your family, you know, hears the message. If you're a business operator, an ethical will could be the general philosophies of how I want my business run in my absence. I can leave those general philosophies and not micromanage the details, which Beth was just accusing me of, but it's the general philosophies of how I want the business run if I'm not going to be there.
You better write one of those ethical wills. We mentioned tape recordings. What other ways, Beth, to do that? Journaling?
Yes, journaling is very popular. It can be something as simple as a notepad, just something you purchase at a local Walmart or a discount store. It could be something a little more fancy if you like it to be. Just make sure that the paper you purchase is acid-free, something of high quality so there's no fading over time.
And some ideas. I mean, Jeff talked about maybe passing on your business philosophy. What else could be topics?
There's a lot of topics. You can do a specific topic such as why I love you and miss you, a definition of your success throughout your life, what spirituality means to you, mistakes you may have learned from. There's a lot of different topics you can cover specifically, or you can do something more lengthy if that's what you really want to do, something that spans all areas of your life.
And you're hoping that it's a positive message they leave, I am assuming, not something that is going to be hard for who's left behind to hear or see.
Definitely. People need to be very careful when they go ahead and compose an ethical will. You need to watch what wording you use, make sure someone couldn't take that the wrong way because, you know, we're not here at that point. We're gone. We can't clarify. We can't clear up any misconceptions or misunderstandings.
And I would think that it also is very cathartic for people who may be nearing the end of their life to journal and feel like they can express themselves and help them as well.
Oh yes, it's definitely a gift for them and for the receiver of that ethical will.
Well, we thank you both for bringing this to our attention. Didn't know it had a name. Have heard of people doing something similar. Jeff, Beth, it's nice to see you guys. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Gail.